Hi everybody, welcome back, and this is part 2 of my altar tag for Tag It Tuesday for October 2016. This was a mop-up tag that I had put some frightening orange paint on, and I had thought if I put this metallic gold over it, it would tone it down, and I quickly realized that was not happening because the gold paint was too translucent. So pulling out my old friend white gesso here, and I ultimately put 2 if not 3 coats on this, I think, and I kind of dried in between and assessed if I thought I'd covered up enough of the scary orange, and then you'll see me come back in with the gold paint some more. Our theme this month is to use the Pantone colors of Peach Echo and Iced Coffee. So I had thought I could tone that orange down enough to make it be peach, and it just wasn't happening. So I finally got it toned down enough pretty much here that I'm happy to go on to something else. So this is some Lindy Stamp Gang Magicals, which is basically mica powder, and I'm just sprinkling just a little bit on here in various places, and then I'm going to hit it with some water and let it run and do its thing. And you'll see I'll go back and do a little bit more of this to make it a little bit darker. And this stuff has lovely shine to it, so I'm staying with the blingy shine here. Now what I'm going to do is start drying this a little bit, and then let it run some more, dab off some more, and then as I'm drying and in between, I'm going to pick up some of the color off that mat as well, which will give some nice splatters and splotches on it. And honestly, I was so happy with this when I was done at this point. I didn't want to do anything else, but as usual with mixed media, I never know where to stop. And I could have stopped here and been perfectly happy, but no, I kept going. Look at that shine, isn't it gorgeous? So I decided to, yes, add some more. Going to use some not Tattered Angels, Lindy Stamp Gang. This is Opal Sea Oats, trying to bring out some of that coffee, some of those brown tones. I got a little heavy-handed with this, and it didn't have the definition of the stencil quite so much, but it worked out all right. You can still see some of it there. This is a deco art stencil. I believe it's called Inspiration. It has a lot of great different words on it, and since that little metal tag I'm going to use on there says create, I'm also going to stencil the word create onto here, and I'm just using some of the archival ink and potting soil to stencil that word on there very simply. So there's that little tag and another little filigree metal piece that I have that are going to ultimately be the focal point down here in the corner. But first, yes, I'm going to add something else because I just can't help myself. This is some Art District acrylic iridescent gold paint, and I'm going to attempt to add some shimmer spray in with it to get a little bit different color. It didn't work real well. That's okay. As I like to say, it's just paint, it's just paper. This is another deco art stencil called Pixelated. Just going to try to add a little bit more layer of color and texture. And actually I did dry this with the heat gun, and I got heavy-handed in a couple places and it bubbled up a little bit, which I don't normally like, but in this instance it gave some added texture to it, so that was kind of a happy accident. Okay, and no surprise here, I'm going to ink the edges. I know, you're shocked as I am. I just really like the frame that it gives to a piece. It kind of anchors it, I think. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. Gosh darn it. Alright, going to take that Liquitex Super Heavy Gloss Gel. And that's what I'm going to adhere these metal pieces with. I had a little trouble with this piece because my tag was a tiny little bit warped, and so I couldn't get it to lay flat. I ended up like setting my jar of glass bead gel on it for a while just to hold it down. Now that little create tag, I'm going to take this metallic luster and go around the edge and just lightly brush over where the letters are raised, just to give them a little bit of a highlight to show up some more. And this little create label tag has 3 little holes in it. I don't know if it's for brads or lacing fibers through or whatever, but I decided to overfill those little holes with some of the heavy gel, and then I'm taking some flat back small pearls and attaching at each of those little holes. These pearls have adhesive on the back of them, but I've had them forever and I don't necessarily trust them to stick anymore, so since I'm trying to adhere it to metal, I decided to go ahead and let the heavy gel help me out. Alright, and I did mount this tag with some of the coral cardstock, like I did on the first one. And if you haven't seen that video on that first one, I will link that so you can go back and look at it as well. And then this one is about done. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I believe. So still shots coming up. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm so glad you came by to check out my second tag for October. Be sure to come over and play with us at the Facebook group. I will link that below as well. And like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time around. Thanks, guys.